Well, thank you very much indeed. It's a great pleasure to be with you all, and I'm sure this is going to be a very productive and exciting evening, and we're going to all learn a great deal. Our evening is entitled World Interfaith Harmony Week, Youth for Peace and Development, as Tim has already described. And these words in themselves conjure up an enormous agenda and encompass some of the most pressing issues of our times. We know that the Abrahamic faiths have more that unites them than divides them, yet still there are tensions. I've always admired Sikhism and the Baha'is for acceptance of the validity of other faiths. And we do need to recognise, I think, that so much of the current dissension, so often sadly accompanied by violence, ignorance and willful refusal to examine another point of view, are the products of poor teaching, misunderstanding of text, sometimes through ambiguity in translation, admittedly, and as well as the accretion of dogma and doxology, which have more to do with political compromise at the time they were devised than a transparent explanation of the original religious message. And it is, I believe, in the origins of so many religions, not in their current expression, that one can find a coalition of ideas and beliefs. We concentrate on youth because, at risk of stating the obvious, they are those who inherit the earth. So it is right that we should give our efforts to helping them on that journey. As Amanda Gorman, in her reading of The Hill We Climb at the recent presidential inauguration, puts it so eloquently in reference to being American, but I would add equally to being human, is more than a pride we inherit. It's the past we step into and how we repair it. And that is, I think, an abiding message for us all. And I hope it's a central theme to what we're discussing this evening. So it's appropriate that today we examine in greater detail the youth service of UPF. It's a tried and tested system which has worked well and can be regarded as a pilot for further rollout. This model has now got a 30-year plus history of combining young people from a wide variety of backgrounds in service projects in many nations around the world. And I pay tribute to David and Patricia Earle and to others who have been so closely involved in this endeavour and have demonstrated its undoubted success. Let me briefly go back to basics. If you were devising a mechanism to create the chance of greater social cohesion by breaking down barriers of ignorance, misunderstanding and potential conflict, especially on issues of faith, culture and identity, while at the same time giving young people an insight into how to create a better world, increasing their sense of fulfillment and self-worth, and at the same time equipping them with real transferable skills, what would you create? Well, I suggest you create the youth service. And I look forward to a UK launch in early 2022, probably in London or Birmingham, which will be followed by several local projects during the remainder of 2022 in different parts of the UK, where participants can implement the skills they've learned with the support of project mentors. From now until then, of course, there is much work to do, funds to raise and organisation to administer. So I hope that we can all, and we all must, pledge ourselves to support such a worthwhile venture. Thank you.